Previously on Dances with Dice, when last we left our heroes, plans were made, visions set, revenge on the mind, but with more pieces in play than our heroes are aware. What new consequences will arise this week for our heroes on Dances with Dice?
All right, we return to Wyrmspeaker Fortress. It is the day after your guys' dinner with everyone. You've been preparing to depart and head back to the real world for the first time since your arrival on the fortress a little over a month ago. You have a goal in mind. You have information and scouting reports available for you, and as prepared as you possibly could be going to heading back to Talinan Fortress. Nori is there with you, Theo. She is already in her more humanoid appearance. She is very excited to leave the island, sort of see things that she's only sort of seen in your mind before. Dashgarm sort of gathers you all in the teleportation circle, where you guys will be departing from. He sort of looks all of you like one at a time. It's like, and stops on you first, Doran. It's like, remember. Actually, he'll just look at all three of you when he says, because like I thought that was a point that was going to be more for Doran, but now that I think about it, it's like it looks at all three of you. It's like, remember, this will be important. Most of the people, especially guards or those who might appear to be your enemies that will be there confronting you, they are, at the end of the day, likely going to end up on your side. They want to protect against the cult of Chromatus and whatever dark forces are at work here just as much as you do. But as of right now, you are the fugitives, not them. Do be careful. And try not to draw attention to yourselves, if it can be helped. I believe in you.
Good old please don't kill indiscriminately shovel talk.
Not even the shovel talk, just more of like we are one bad match strike away from civil war and the dragons are fucking back. Please don't be the person who lights that match.
Don't you fuck this up for me.
It's like the world is a tinderbox. Please don't walk around with a lit torch, you fucking idiots.
Dragon.
He's going to walk up to all of you, put a hand on each of your shoulders, and kind of like give you like a reassuring squeeze. It's like, fate and circumstance may have brought you here, but I believe in each and every one of you. Your success now lies in your hands. Best of luck. Best of luck. And with that, he steps back. You guys feel the boom, boom, boom of the teleportation circle beneath you, and as you are shrunk and re-expanded, and you guys land just outside of Talinan Fortress. You are in like a small like copse of trees, probably like a mile or two from the fortress itself. just outside of a little farm that is just on the outskirts of the city. You guys kind of dust yourselves off, sort of gather yourselves, and you make your way towards the city. About a half mile or so is when you first see it. A new sort of tent enclosure, almost like a tent city, sort of expands about a quarter mile or so in front of the gates of the fortress. It appears to be both a mix of a possible refugee camp as well as an outpour of additional services and things for those in the aftermath of the dragon attack. You can still see as you approach the city, some of the taller spires and towers within Talinan Fortress itself are still burned or collapsed from the attack. So this looks to be a little mix of both refugee and people living within the city whose homes are still being repaired. As you make your way through the tent city, please everybody roll me a perception check.
The hell? Okay.
19.
19.
5.
5.
Let me hold on. Sorry,
You're good.
I have to pull up Theo's
You're all good.
correct character
was-
sheet.
It was just funny because I rolled the dice and I swear to God on the screen it was cocked. I was like, how does the computer do that? And then I
10.
10. Okay. Doran, you're really not necessarily fighting, but I think like that sort of second nature of being a guard for so long sort of like wells up inside you momentarily. And you're kind of like looking around at like all these people sort of struggling around you, and it's like, got a job. So like you're just kind of like doing your best to not pay attention to all of the suffering around you.
not wanting to help.
Yeah, it's like I would almost say it's like you're like gripping like the hilt of your sword or like whatever. I can't remember exactly what, but just like sort of like a death grip
That's,
on
that's
the
true.
pommel of your
I
weapon.
do have a side sword, but I predominantly have a bow. But yeah, I would be
Yeah.
holding that so it doesn't.
It'd be
clank
a
around
little
everywhere.
weird
Yeah.
for you to draw your bow just to grip
Yeah.
it tightly.
Yeah.
Hang on, let me be dramatic. Pulls bow out, strikes a pose.
just holds it.
Like, everybody in the why is that dude gripping his bow so tight? That's really weird.
Metaphor.
Why is he crying?
Why is he crying? Anyway, Theo, with the 10, you are mostly keeping track of Nori. She is loving every second of
Right. I have
this.
a child.
She's
Need a
like,
baby leash.
she's like, oh, oh my. It's like, oh, that's what a dwarf looks like. Oh, that's what a gnome. Oh my goodness. Like she's just,
Mhm.
it's fully just like, I have never seen anything other than the four walls of Talinan Fortress and like these four people. And like, she's like first vacation out of the United States levels of just like, oh my goodness.
She was literally
Is it the
born like a month ago.
mildly-
Yeah.
Is it the mildly inappropriate child comments too of like, that dwarf is so short? And you're just like, oh my god, don't say that.
That is the shortest thing I've ever seen.
Less
Is that another child?
She doesn't do that because like again she has been learning from obviously her connection with Theo, but also like she's read, but like she understands like different sized species exist, that sort of thing. I would say the closest she comes to that is somebody has like a pet monitor lizard, like a giant, like almost Komodo dragon sized like monitor lizard as a pet, and she like stops for one moment and like sort of like does like the child like tugs on Theo's like gambeson a little bit. It's like, Theo, I thought there weren't dragons. What's that?
Cockney, I'm uncultured. It's not a dragon. Dragons have wings. See how that doesn't have wings?
But he's got all the flappy skin. Aren't those not? It's not a different
no,
dragon.
those are called lizards.
Oh.
That one specifically is called a hamster.
Oh,
She-
okay.
She
Okay.
smacks the back of her hand against Felix's chest.
Okay. So are all lizards hamsters, or are only some of them
No,
hamsters?
no.
Only some lizards are hamsters, but
Oh
they're
my God.
very special.
Okay. Thank you, Felix. And she runs a little bit forward ahead in the crowd, like not super far
Theo
out of
like
sight.
looks
but-
at Felix, just like, motherfucker. I'm gonna have to unteach her that.
Or
It's not gonna be you.
Or we just let it happen.
I'm now just imagining like you don't unteach her that, and the first time she sees an actual dragon, it's like, oh my god, a giant hamster!
Big hamster.
Big
like,
hamster.
It's like, am I a hamster? Are we dragon or are we hamster?
Or are we hamster?
Hamster.
I will say you
Lying
guys.
to kids for fun and profit.
I did
Uh,
once tell my cousin when she was like 5 or 6 that Doritos make you taller because they were orange like carrots.
That's
The
what
carrot thing was the eyesight.
I know, but like she's like, "Are carrots good for you?" I was like, "Yeah, everything orange is good for you." And she was like, "Even Doritos?" I was like, "Yeah, Doritos will make you taller." And she was like, "Whoa."
Uh,
Brianna, if
Listen-
you're listening to this, I'm sure you don't remember that.
This is the gift of children, is being
exactly.
able to.
The gift of children. Listen, some of the gift of children is just being able to lie to them about shit.
Oh, I'm so glad that I have a nephew and a sister and brother-in-law that don't play video games, because I am going to be the coolest uncle in the entire world.
Nice.
Like,
That's
that
all
is
it-
such a hole-in-one, like, easy score for me of, like, I just have to show this kid Pokemon, and
It's
I'm the coolest.
Yeah, it's like
The
not even that.
Funkle.
Not even that. Just it's like I'm moderately competent at Call of Duty. I'm about to be the coolest motherfucker in the goddamn world to this
That is an
3-year-old baby.
Excellent point. He just turned 1, so I have some time to, like,
Oh.
get better at Call of Duty.
Exactly.
I mean, I'm cool as fuck to my nieces because I love Pokemon and I know everything about Bluey. To grown-ups, that's weird.
I don't find that weird. But we're also
Anyone
all
our age
neurodivergent.
would think that's fine.
Most people our age would also think that's pretty cool.
It's the boomers that are like, why are you watching the
Exactly.
kids' show?
Because it makes me
Uh,
feel better.
I will say, Felix,
They
with your
don't
19,
understand managing their emotions.
They
Yeah.
don't.
Continue.
With your 19, Felix, after you like sort of have a little chuckle to yourself, just like I just lied to a 2-year-old. You look up in the city and you notice you look at the door to the city, or the gate to the city, and you notice that there's like a shimmering sort of magical field there, and it is as people pass through it, it appears to be some sort of detector of something that you're not entirely sure what. But since you've been able to notice it, please roll me an Arcana check.
How badly will this go for me? 12.
Given that you're seeing people walk in with weapons and they're not being stopped, well, occasionally people with weapons are being stopped, but you see weapons are not the stopping feature. But it does seem to be somewhat random that people get pulled out of line.
Oh God, it's the TSA.
Yes.
Are
So
any of us brown?
I
Oh,
don't think so.
Ah,
Then we'll be
Um,
fine.
one of us is a light colored blue.
Oh, this is true.
I am a yeah.
So you guys make your way towards the gate. Who is going to walk through the field first?
Not me.
I guess-
Didn't we have disguises?
You do have disguises. You do have disguises optional. You guys have not necessarily activated them, but you're welcome to do so.
This will be
We're
a
not that
great
stupid
moment.
that we would have waited until we were
Yeah.
surrounded by
Okay,
people
so we
to
Yeah.
activate them.
retroactively activate our disguises. What do we look like?
what would you like to? What would you like to look like? It's a disguise self charm. So like you can
No,
decide how you look.
no. Like this is I demand to be told what I transform into.
Oh,
Okay.
I can pick what I look like. I'm fine.
All right. Well, while I roll for what Alex looks like.
Felix makes himself like the most bland man you have ever seen. Like you could find 10 of this man at any gas station. Like brown hair, brown eyes, boring.
Brown hair, brown eyes, white, like dark t-shirt, some shorts, and a backwards trucker cap. You have seen 9 of these men in the last hour.
And the beard that like isn't quite bearding, but like he clearly doesn't want to give up on it.
No.
Theo's gonna make herself look like an old human woman.
Okay.
Like
with her
70s.
with her granddaughter.
Yeah. She's gonna make sure she makes herself look kind of like Nori.
Okay.
So it'd be believable that this is her granddaughter. They're related. But she's an older woman.
Okay. Okay. Doran, for you disguise using the natural sort of blue of your skin tone. You use a lot of makeup to do highlights and shadows and certain things, so you look a bit like, almost like a human peacock. You have on a shiny.
I thought these were like rings
these were
of
magical.
like magical things that just like change us into something. That's why I was like, where's my? Do I just turn into like a?
I also thought these were magical, because otherwise, how the fuck is Theo gonna cover up her leg?
How is she gonna convincingly turn into a magical old woman? Like,
these are certainly magical. You gave me the opportunity. You gave me the option to do what I wanted, though. So I'm doing what I want.
Okay.
So you have a beautiful array of it's almost Cirque du Soleil makeup in terms of its beauty.
I am the most inconspicuous man.
No, that's just it. No, that's just it. It's so out there that they'd never suspect.
Yeah.
So you have this beautiful face about you, almost like plumed in a way. You have on a large, wide, flowing cape that kind of covers your entire body, and the ring itself gives you a beautiful, magical visage as the ring and your face. Again, if you just when the makeup first sort of spreads over your face, you look like a human bird person, and then the rest of the spell kicks in, and you have turned yourself completely into an Aarakocra.
Haha! Am I like a?
You are
rainbow-y?
a peacock. You are a peacock Aarakocra.
Dope.
Your ass is so fat.
And like you notice behind you, it's like, oh, that's why the cape is so big. It's covering the tail feathers.
Your ass is so fat.
This is gonna be fucking awesome. All right, let's go.
Work.
No, that's what we're saying. Is that it's so not inconspicuous that they'd never guess it. They'd never think.
So as you guys approach the gates, all of you are waved through in your disguises just towards the barrier. Who steps through the barrier first?
I will.
Okay. You step through.
Seems right that the peacock should lead us.
You step through the barrier. Nothing happens. You keep on
Now
going.
the talking cheese is gonna preach to us.
Yeah. You walk through the barrier. It feels like a little bit like moving through water, almost like kind of like a little like slow you push through like a barrier, like a physical barrier. Then you walk through, kind of look around, look to see if anything got on your clothes. Just keep on walking.
All right.
A bird person?
Still a bird person.
Birdman.
Fighter of the hamster man.
There's the new play you're gonna see the next time you're in Marishane. It's Birdman, fighter of the hamster.
Master of karate.
But no, Doran is able to walk through without issue. Who's next?
All right, I'll go next. Now that I've seen that Doran didn't get reduced to a pile of ash.
You step through. Similar feeling. You're still mousy brown humanman. You are
Humanman.
You are still Dave. I forget. This is you are Dave
Dave
Humanman.
Spitterman, attorney at law.
Dave Humanman. My favorite NPC, Dave Humanman.
Dave. There's a fucking hyphen, Darren.
Doran bends over to pick something up. Was that a fatty grunt?
All right, Theo.
I walk through and I instantly change back. No.
Nope. You walk
Theo
on
walks
through.
through.
You walk on through. Nori's hand in yours, and she's like, she gets a little stuck because she's like so heavy. She's not used to her own momentum momentarily, but it's like, you kind of yank her through, and it's like, that was sticky.
Is she like a tungsten cube of like she retained all of her mass, so she's
Yes.
very heavy?
Yeah, no, she's a toddler who weighs like 70 pounds. She's fucking massive.
What? Anybody asks to pick up your daughter, don't let them.
We'll
This
be
is my-
away so quickly.
If anyone asks to pick up my daughter, I'm already calling the police.
That's an excellent point.
Like, I don't know you.
That's my child. I don't know you.
That's my purse. I don't know you.
I'm so sorry. Just like I do appreciate that's the metaphor. It's like, wait, because like I've described this happening like 4 different times, and it is just now that Morgan has clocked. Wait, she's a tungsten cube. Oh no. It's like, yes, all that dragon is shoved inside all that toddler. Dash
A
Garm.
dragon in my toddler?
More likely than you think.
Yeah. Also, like, again, fun fact, if anyone tries to pick up Dash Garum, your arms will break because, again, it's an ancient dragon shoved inside the body of the old man. You're not carrying him anywhere.
This old man is 10,000 pounds.
The old
Stop
man
biting
does
your
weigh
nipple.
10,000 pounds. But you all
Probably
make your
your
way,
nipples are
you
full.
all make your way through the gates. There's no issues whatsoever. It's almost shocking in a sense. I would like everybody to roll a perception check.
They don't give a fuck.
I am so perceptive. That's a 4.
I rolled a 9.
9.
I rolled
I'm
a 23.
23, nice. Doran, you're just like, oh, my ass really is fucking fat. Holy shit.
I am.
My
I'm a
ass is
bird.
juicy.
it's like, how do they? Yeah, I feel like there's a moment where it's, how do they walk around with this? What is the balance on these things? Good lord. Felix, you're just kind of like, sweet. I'm just like, yes, Dave Humanman, still me. Theo, you overhear a couple of guards like walking by as they walk through. It's like walking by you guys as they're heading to take over their post at the gate, and it's just like, yeah, but the barrier does fuck all, Frank. Like, what is it supposed to actually be doing? Shut up, dude. Security theater means we haven't had anything happen in the last couple weeks.
It is the TSA.
Wait, what does it do? I didn't hear that.
It's complete.
Fucking nothing.
It's complete security theater. Like the barrier does nothing.
They're
It's just.
pretending.
This is 100. This is me making a commentary on the TSA. This is what that is.
So what are the TSA
That
do?
explains how I-
Absolutely nothing.
That explains how I got a fucking knife onto a plane twice.
The TSA, it does nothing.
They occasionally test the TSA by like putting something that looks like a bomb and should be detected like a bomb in security, like through the security system, and the TSA has like a 1 in 10 success rate.
Yeah, no, the TSA is almost entirely security theater.
But
Like
they
the-
did open a wrapped present that I was bringing to Hannah one time.
My favorite thing to say is like, it's like, should we do things that actually help protect people at airports? Things like, don't announce the gate and departure until an hour before the flight. Have security actually be doing things that are security things. Or we could do whatever the fuck we do in America and take our shoes off.
Yeah, my shoes are the
Unless you pay extra to keep your shoes on.
Yeah. At
I
this
hate
point,
this fucking place.
At
Yeah,
this
that's-
point, I
that's
have to
pointless.
assume. At this point, I have to assume that the TSA are just a
What, do I have
bunch
a
of
nice
foot
shoe?
fetishists who are trying to get
They wanna
gripper
see my
picks for
toes.
free. But yeah, you guys, you all make it through the city. You make it through the security theater because, well, that's again really all it is. And you find yourselves back in Tillinen Fortress.
Wait, what? Oh wait, never mind. I
Yeah.
got confused there for a second.
You thought I said Marishane, didn't you? You were thinking
No.
Marishane, weren't you?
No, I was thinking The other fortresses.
Oh, yeah, Doran forgot his belt. He ran back to Wyrmspeaker Fortress.
I was like, wait, why did we just get teleported back? What did we do? What happened?
I just got here. What do you? I thought you said the TSA thing didn't do anything. Yes.
That would have been one of those things where like the DM got me. I'd be like, wait, what happened? Why are we here?
It's rare.
Dash arm comes out. I'm sorry. I'm sorry we had to teleport you back. This thing happened. And
the DM changed his mind. You're back.
He said, actually, no fucking thanks. I'm done.
It's like, actually, I had a way better idea halfway through doing this. No, you guys are within Tolinen Fortress. You're in the lower district.
I thought about it. And fuck you guys.
You are within the lower district. You are sort of around. It's the same entrance you guys took when you, well, at least when Felix and Theo were here with Finian. But the city itself is much quieter. The sort of hustle and bustle about the street is definitely missing. The shops, half of them are closed, some boarded up. The crafting district itself there's maybe one or two stalls actually open, where what you would have like a very bustling day market here. And you can see that if you look up, every one of the cannons along the walls currently has a full posting at it, which is, Doran, you would know, is very rare. You usually have a patrol walking along the walls, and they check to make sure, like, college kids haven't tried to fire the cannon for the 9th time this year. It's a frat initiation thing. Like, it happens every year.
Goddamn kids.
Once a year, one person sets off the cannon, and like it scares some old woman because it flies overhead.
The locals.
Yeah, they get in
scaring
their
the hose.
They're scaring the hose. That's what they do.
Look, we just need, like, I don't know why, but that made me think of like the Mary Poppins thing, where there's just those two old dudes on the roof constantly firing off cannons because they're trying to relive some old glory days of their military.
Yeah, that is that's one of the biggest thing that pops out to you, Doran, is like, okay, but again, it's also similar to what you saw in Covenheim. Like, there's much more of a presence of armed guards through the street. However, you do see, actually, Doran, what sets this apart, where in Marish,
TSA and all of this like police state, we're just post 9/11 America.
No, this is. I've been watching too much Star Trek, because this makes me think of the episode where like Earth gets attacked by freaking goddamn shapeshifters, and then like the paradise that is Star Trek Earth suddenly has like officers running around, everyone's freaking out, and it's like, get your fucking police state out of our paradise. That's basically what's happened.
Yep. But
I can't believe Zach set this campaign in 2002.
Wait, you mean? Yeah.
Well, again, like all creators, as I age, I look back to my youth and remember, God, what were those times like? And it turns out I can mine that shit for years.
As all artists do.
As all artists do, but instead of becoming really interested about becoming a dad, looking at you, Neil Druckmann, I'm just here working my way through my 9/11 trauma. But Doran, the big thing that you notice is, because when you were in Covenheim, all of the guards were in full Empire of Mercia regalia. There are two uniforms that all Mercian soldiers have. You have your local guards uniform related to whatever post you are at. Mm-hmm. But when it is time for the army to become one, you change to this
the Mercian Empire,
the Mercian garb. And it is like it's an order, it's a tradition. To not do it would stand out and be weird and would be a statement. Not a single guard in Tolinen Fortress is wearing their Mercian army attire. They are all still wearing the symbol of the Tolinen Fortress, which is a gauntleted fist in front of a facsimile of like a fortress.
I'm now confused whether like it's a good thing or a bad? Like, are we in a friendly place? Or are we in a like?
Well, I'll say, Doran, since you noticed that, since you would have seen that, please roll me a perception check. Third time's the charm.
Why perception? Why can't it be like something smartsy, not wisdomy? 15.
Hey, 15's not bad. He's like, damn it, I made my boy smart, not street smart.
My boy intelligent, not
My boy.
My boy. You sort of set yourself down on like a public bench, very Assassin's Creed style, where like you're just sitting there sort of listening. And you like hear snippets for about like 10 minutes or so. But the biggest one that sticks out to you is like, you hear a couple guards, a couple guards walk by and they're speaking in like whispered tones. It's like, as the commander, have you heard anything from the commander? It's like, is this actually happening or what's going on? It's like, I don't know. From what I understand, the Corps took over Marishane and I don't know, something's going on. I'm not totally sure I don't know what's what.
Oh great,
so
your
this,
mom's
so
doing
this kind of
tyranny.
seems like a holdout, like they're not capitulating to the mass like hysteria.
Hey.
Is what I would assume from that is like
It appears
they're not rushing to conclusions. They're like, hey, something's off. We're not gonna completely become a military state, but we are. I mean, we got people. We got more guards around. And we're taking precautions. But something about the commander. Maybe we should go.
Between the increased guard presence, the things you've overheard, your experience in Covenheim, and just your general knowledge of the Mercian army, this strikes you very much as it strikes you very much as the heads of the armed forces. So Theodosia's mother, Gwendolyn Lacour, General
like
Lacour.
There's a bit of a disagreement going on.
General Lacour and General Solanus are clearly not on the same page, to the point where General Solanus has, because you're aware of like in the past, like when guards do not take up the call to change uniforms, it's known as the call. It's known as the uniform call. If they ignore the call, that is generally perceived as
it's like court-martial-ish.
It's perceived
like offense,
as
because you're basically like it's like in essence it'd be like disobeying a direct order. It's like
more than that, because a general is involved. This is the equivalent of a general raising their own army against the state.
Oh.
Then I meant like just the individual soldier. Like that's why it's so compelling, because if an individual soldier wouldn't, it would be like disobeying a direct order. It would be like court-martial offense. So the fact that everyone's doing it and it is because of the commander, then the commander has basically stepped away and being like, hey, I'm not gonna follow orders, from what everyone else is doing, which is a good sign. And I'm going to now relay that information to everybody else. And
for the sake of brevity, that information is relayed to the rest of the group. And also, you can explain it however you want, but like the gist of that information.
Well, the whole thing. Well, he's gonna explain that, and then he's gonna be like, look, so it's a lot of military mumbo jumbo. It's just things that I understand. We should go talk to the commander. What's happening here? It's completely different. Okay. Then he kind of does the whole brevity, like explains everything. And then follows that up with, if that's happening, and we should talk to them, because they might be on our side. Also, if we cause a commotion in this city, we might be able to do so and not have to deal with the repercussions if they know we're doing so. We might even be able to enlist their help. But I do think that is a viable option, seeing of what's going on, because they obviously have a disagreement with your mother. And we might have inadvertently found allies here. I do think it's worth exploring the option.
What does Theo know about the commander? Would Theo be aware of the commander? Did the commander achieve her rank?
Oh no,
or their rank, or I don't know their pronouns.
You would. It's a he him. Iden Solanus is.
That's right. We got the
Iden Solanus is a he him.
Yeah.
He's daddy, right? The one the soda you sent us.
He's a little daddy. He's a little daddy.
Raised
certainly.
within the military. Yes, that's right. Actually, yes. No, wait. I remember now. I see it in my notes.
But yes, I would say you can roll a history check more for personality, because he's definitely somebody you would have met before, Theo, in your youth.
Oh, she gets to roll the intelligence.
It's like, hey, be related to a general, motherfucker. You had a chance to remake a whole ass character, and you didn't decide that.
Look.
History. I rolled a 17 for history.
17. You always your memories of Commander Solanus is always something of you remember him younger. He was in his he was in more of his 70s and 80s when you knew him, so he was a little bit younger, did not yet have the beard and goatee, or not yet have the goatee, much longer hair, much more wild, a bit more youthful, always was the first to volunteer for something, but you do remember his promotion. You remember his first major promotion to Major General of just to Linen Fortress. And you remember his speech, and his speech struck you, and he said he ended his speech with to all the men and women serving beneath me, your safety and the safety of those you protect is always paramount. Should any order, any feeling, any desire you have contradict what you know in your heart is right, you come to me, and we will make it correct. So you have always known him to be an honorable man. You've always known him to be an honorable person. He has cared very much for the lives of not only those who serve under him, but also the people that they are charged with protecting. To the point where he has spent his own funds, he has spent his own resources, he has gone against direct orders from the local government to step in and help at times. So Theo, you know him to at least be a very honorable man. He will, if you can meet with him, he will have a reasonable conversation with you. What comes after that, you're not certain, but he will hear you out.
All right. No, I agree. I think that would be the best course of action here.
We are wanted criminals still, in case any of you forgot.
Oh, trust me, I have not forgotten. It's hard to forget that.
Technically, every guard in this city is a wanted criminal at the moment too.
That's why this seems
because they're wearing the Linen Fortress.
Yeah,
instead of
the people who are after us would just as easily have court-martialed everyone here. I think we are in a place of allies.
Or at least not enemies.
Or at least not enemies.
They might not hate. They don't hate.
They may believe the stories against us, or they may not, but they don't believe the general, and I think that's a start. And as you well know, our list of allies is quite short. I think it's worth the risk.
Well, if that is the course of action, you guys can pretty easily make your way towards the Middle District. That is where the local headquarters for while Commander Solanas does have an office in the Upper District. That is where his main office is. He is known that he keeps a working office where the actual like seat of like most army organization within the area is. So he has an office there. You guys are able to make your way to the guard post, or to this guard building. And as you arrive, there's a young human male sitting at the counter behind the desk and looks up at all of you, and it's like, well, hello and welcome to the Tallinn Fortress Army Headquarters. My name is Lucas Raymond. How can I help you today?
What's his Christian name?
Lucas Raymond.
Yeah. All right.
Just a ashy blonde, hazel-eyed, like it's like a 20-year-old human. It's just Dave Humanman.
Dave Humanman.
It's Dave Humanman.
My brother.
I found you. Laugh.
It's like for a moment, Felix, his eyes sort of like stop on you. It's like they squint a little bit. Shakes his head. No.
Trying to see if we're related.
It's like, she's like, are we related? I was like, but looks is like, how might I help you folks? Is there someone in particular you're looking for? Do you have an appointment? Are you looking to make an appointment?
We are looking to make an appointment with the commander. We have urgent news from what's the other city? Sorry, the Marishane. We have urgent news from Marishane that the commander would like to hear.
And he's like sort of not really paying. He's very much in secretary mode right now. It's like, Well, you do understand, Commander is incredibly busy at the moment. Looks like the wait time on an appointment is anywhere from 2 weeks to 6 months. Now, did you say you came from Marishane?
We did not come from. Where? Look, when? So you're saying the commander is here? He's just quite busy right now.
Currently indisposed, but due, of course, the ever-changing and fluid nature of the world around us, given the dragons have recently come back and attacked, and the a little bit of tension that we have going on both a macro and micro level, we're just concerned about any and all peoples coming from certain areas of the continent, especially given some of the activity we've seen raising there. So you said you didn't come from Marishane, but you have some news from Marishane.
We have information, and if the commander is indisposed, we will take a wait list.
Roll me a persuasion check, Mr. Doran.
Where is my?
I'll say with advantage. You have your friends here. That was convincing.
Just an old lady. I'm a little
Okay,
old
here it is.
lady.
Also,
That is that's a bastard 20. I didn't even roll my second roll.
Let's go.
The most I could roll is a 20. Okay, no.
Yeah.
Oopsies.
Also, for the sake of it, because I can't remember, I believe that at one point, Doran, everyone had a piece of this. I believe Doran, you had the piece of the sword.
I still have the piece of the sword. Yeah.
Okay, cool. I just want to make sure one of you has it. I wanted to check who had it. Okay. And you said a bastard 20. Okay.
Yes. So an unnatural 20.
Unnatural 20. He's gonna say, if the three of you, and like he like looks over the edge of the. Oh, I'm sorry. If the four of you could please take a seat, I will see what our appointment schedule does look like.
Thank you, young man.
And he puts on you watch as he pulls a pair of glasses out of his pocket and like just goes back to reading, like looks up at all three of you. It's like, no, it's of course a pleasure to assist. I'm sorry, for the little one. Would she like I don't have much, but like pulls out like a little lollipop. Would she care for that?
we ever given Nori sugar?
No.
Look, remember, you've never been a parent before. You don't have this knowledge. Don't metagame. Give her the lollipop. We need to know.
Yes, of course. Thank you.
Let's identify on it before it passes the kid.
It's a lollipop.
It's just a lollipop. Okay, she's never had sugar. I'm sure she'll be fine.
Yeah, it's like all right. Thank you kindly. And you watch as he takes the glasses off, rolls up the piece of
none of
paper,
us are smart enough. None of us are experienced with children enough to know.
That's not necessarily true. Not for Theo. Not for Theo. That's not
Maybe.
necessarily true.
All right, that's right. You do have
Yeah.
sister.
Two
sisters,
little
right?
sisters. Yeah, two little sisters.
But yes, so you guys all sit down. You watch as Lucas sort of walks off into the back after rolling up the scroll and putting his glasses away. And you, Nori.
Hold on. As he walks off to the back, I'm gonna turn to everybody and be like, if he comes back and we don't have an appointment, we are going to within the next hour. We are going to take it and we're going to walk away and we are going to find another way to get in. We can change our disguises, we can do whatever we want, but we don't have that time. I think we can all agree.
I do very much so. Honestly, I'm trying to remember why we're here. Sorry, that was Hannah. That was Hannah talking.
He looks. All right.
That was Hannah.
You're here because
we're here to speak to
noticed. Doran noticed the uniform thing, which led him to believe that, we might have allies if every guard from the top down is saying fuck the uniform change. So that means that there's something going on here.
And we're potentially going to ask, we're gonna take the risk of seeking out the commander and telling him what's going on, because he seems like he already disagrees with the regime change, or of which seems to be happening.
What cool, funky, fresh things are happening?
Yeah,
exactly. The coolest and funkiest, though maybe not the freshest. But yes, you hand the lollipop to Nori. It's like, oh, what's this?
This is, I'm trying to say in my angry voice at the same time. This is...
Poppy.
Hello, Poppet. It's Governor. Tea and crumpets. Fuck, I've lost it. This is a lollipop.
What's a lollipop? Is it like a treat?
Yes, it's like candy.
Oh,
it's candy.
Okay.
It's got something in it called sugar.
You bite it.
You don't bite it.
You bite it.
You don't bite it.
You
You could maybe bite it,
Yeah,
but I don't.
Doran's doing the whole thing in his head right now, where it's like the two buttons. It's like agree with biting it, don't be a dick.
Doran's the sweating Chad meme.
Yeah.
If she bites it, because she probably could, that would put the sugar in her body faster.
A two, or break her tooth. I mean, granted, I don't think that could happen with dragons, but like, you know,
as you're
I recommend licking it.
As you're having this conversation, you feel like the little stick tug out of your hand, and she's just like, oh.
Alright, well, I guess they're going back now.
She sticks it. She's like sort of sticks it in her mouth, like, and like her eyes do like the cat thing where it's like eyes go wide, pupils immediately dilate, and it's just like, It's like, it's all sweet, but also like, there's like a whole fruit tree trapped in this thing. It's so yummy. And she's like,
also bringing.
I recommend
up the tungsten
savoring
fact,
it.
Also bringing up the tungsten fact: the amount of sugar in that one lollipop running through the system of an entire whole dragon shouldn't do too much.
Also true. She needs a couple horses to be satisfied. One lollipop probably won't do it, but hey, you never know.
Just the eyes gloss over for like a second, and then it's normal again.
it's like, oh, this is really yummy. It's like she kind of like wanders around a little bit, like sort of like licking it, and then like eventually you hear like a hunk. Oh, it's crunchy.
That just made me think of the fucking TikTok that it's the lady with the horse and she's holding out a carrot with like 20 Benadryl stuff in it.
Oh god.
It's a completely normal carrot, no Benadryl in it.
That's how you need to get Nori to go to sleep some nights. Like, hey, Nori, who wants a totally normal carrot?
Who wants a totally normal?
Who wants a
But
totally
nah.
normal horse? No.
There's no
No
Benadryl in
Benadryl.
this horse.
All right.
Oh fuck! But no, she comes back and it's like, that was really yummy.
I'll bet.
Why are my
I'll bet you love-
fingertips tingly?
I don't know. Maybe go run some circles. That might help.
That's what happens when you drink the energy Mio without reading the label.
It's like, oh, okay. And she, you notice eventually, there's like a little like kids corner that's got like some picture books and like those like little like toys you'd find at a doctor's office. And she runs off and she starts playing with blocks and stuff.
The wire with the beads on it.
Yeah, the fucking ADHD stim toy we didn't know we needed, but it was the best fucking thing.
But it was the best
ever.
shit ever.
I was just like, I remember my mother saying, it's like, he's so quiet at the doctor's office. Like, yeah, because they've got 19 fucking stim toys. This shit's fucking amazing.
This fucking rips.
It's like I'm surrounded by a bunch of things that go in circles, a bunch of like beads on wires, and then things that make zzz sounds.
That's
I'm
why
fucking in heaven.
that's why like I grew up in San Diego, so going to like the Reuben H. Fleet Science Center was like the coolest fucking thing ever because there's just like literally the entire place is those things, but like on a bigger scale, and you
like-
can touch them and like move them, and oh, it was so cool.
Why do kids with ADHD and autism love science museums? Because it's a giant stim toy you can touch.
Yeah.
It's like
Literally.
it's the best thing ever.
the places where you're allowed to touch things that you're gonna make the ADHD kids go fucking happy.
Yes, 100%.
All right.
But she's off playing with the toys, and like there's another kid there that she's kind of chatting with and having a little good time. They're
I'm a
playing
fucking
blocks.
dragon.
they're playing blocks.
I don't think she's that stupid.
She
Or
has-
naive.
She has
And I haven't
survival
taught her
instincts.
swear words yet
Yeah.
either, so.
She has
You
she
haven't.
she
I
might know
have.
some
Motherfucker.
smash cut to like the night before they
I'm
leave in the
breaking up
fortress.
with him before they even date.
They smash cut to them in the fortress. It's like, okay, Nori, can you say fuck?
Fuck. It's the fucking meme of the little kid going fuck it like and they go,
Can you say?
and then she says fuck and then it's like Theo going and she has Felix on the ground punching him still with a face. I hope everyone knows what I'm talking about.
I think I've seen that meme. Yeah.
I'm gonna
But
find it.
after about 15 20 minutes, Lucas comes back. Still wearing his glasses, and it's like, well, the commander, ironically enough, seems to have had a opening in a bit of his schedule. If you guys don't mind waiting for about maybe half an hour, you're welcome to come back later, or you're welcome to wait. It seems like your granddaughter there is having a good time. Is having a good time there, but whatever floats your boat. Oh, he reaches out, he hands you like a little slip of like little bronze, like very thin bronze, Doran, and hands it to you. It's like, for when you return.
Thank you.
Is this one of those things at restaurants where it lights up and vibrates when your table's ready?
Effectively, only this one it'll glow and turn a little hot instead because they don't have electronics here. But yes, it is effectively the same thing.
It chimes with a
Yeah. Ding, 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 ding. He's returned to the army headquarters.
And Doran will stand up, give him just, I don't know, it seems Aarakocra-y to give him a bow, and then he's going to just start walking off and kind of like gesture the rest to like come with him.
Okay. Yeah, you guys will then have half an hour to sort of scout around the city if you so desire. Or you can just, if you'd like, if you don't want to do anything for the next 30 minutes, or if you don't want to do any scouting, we'll just return back to the headquarters whenever you're ready. Which would you guys prefer?
I was gonna say we go sit in an inn and just see if we can hear anything, or sit at a tavern, for 30 minutes, see if we can't.
We did come here to kill a man. We probably can't do that in 30 minutes, but we did come here.
Yeah.
Yes.
The reason we're doing this is it'd be a lot easier to kill a man if the guards are okay with us killing said man.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
So that's my proposal: is we go get some food, relax, might as well, and just see if we can't overhear any news, because we have been away from the world for a bit.
About a month. So yeah.
That is a fair assumption. Wait, are we alone? Am I still I'm still an old lady?
Okay, I'll say you find a tavern. You find the Sleeping Giant Inn. It is not too far from where you guys are located. The tavern itself is maybe about half full. I'll say it's maybe about lunchtime at this point. So you've got a mix of both people staying at the inn and people just here for lunch. I would say there's probably about 20 or so people, a mix of different species, sizes, and genders. There is a table sort of like in the center of the room that is open, that is welcome to you guys, or the bar is available. Which would you prefer?
I can't have a kid at the bar.
Yeah, that is a bit. That would draw.
That would be sus.
Yeah.
People might look at us.
So
right.
we'll take the table.
You all sit down at the table. I'll say a round of water comes out for you at first. A single menu is put in the center if you'd like to order something.
They have crayons for the kid.
They bring out a couple of charcoal sticks and some paper.
Charcoal sticks and some parchment. Yeah.
As she starts drawing, you see, for a moment, Theo, I'll say you get a little bit be careful, but then you look around, no one's really paying attention to you at all. So you're like, oh, okay, go ahead. She's drawing a perfect 1-to-1 to scale representation of Wyrmspeaker Fortress, in full architectural detail. It looks like a blueprint almost.
It's like a freaking art.
Now draw Theo falling off of one of the towers. It'll be really funny.
It's like,
you can save her.
That would be me.
But then there's a big, powerful dragon swooping in to catch her out of midair.
Oh, I'm a big, powerful dragon.
Yeah,
okay. And she starts drawing.
Children are fun.
Oh, children.
I love lying to children.
I will say, everybody else, please roll me a perception check, so you may determine rumors floating around you.
All right,
I'm sorry, what intelligence roll is going to perceive things, Alex?
Shut up.
Perception, you said?
Yes, ma'am. Perception.
+4, so 16.
16.
Bastard 20 again.
All right. And then Felix.
Oh, I assumed I was corrupting the child, so I was too busy.
I mean, you can forego to continue corrupting the child if you'd like.
I'm gonna continue corrupting the child.
Okay, I'll say, roll me a d20. And depending on which quadrant of 4 numbers it rolls in, that will be the corruption you do.
10.
You teach the child its first swear. It cannot be any of the big swears. You teach them a secret swear.
Ass.
Okay. Dory now knows what ass is.
Ass.
Theo, you specifically are listening for rumors based around dragons. The biggest thing you pick up is that both the Royal Aftermiria mines and the Aftermiria mines of the Kingdom of Yibei, all mining operations for Aftermiria, or all major mining operations, have been completely shut down due to most draconic attacks, most cult attacks happening at sources of Aftermiria. Some has been stolen, not a huge amount. There's not really a knowledge of how much has or hasn't been stolen, but it is being stolen and gathered somewhere. Doran, you said with a dirty 20, with the dirtiest of 20s. You Doran, you focus in on two guards that you see at the bar and are like overhearing. They're in disagreement, actually. One of them is arguing. It's like we received order for uniform change. This isn't right, man. I don't care what sort of personal beef Commander's got with fucking unicorn bitch up in Marishane, but that's not about to get you and me killed. More importantly, it's not about to get you and me losing our fucking careers. And with that, Doran, you look and you can see on the shoulders of both of them, you can see officers' bars on both of their shoulders. The other person there, it's like, John, this isn't. If it was just about some fucking decades-old beef the two of them have, and that wouldn't be it. General LeCour's raised an army. She's declared martial law. No one's seen the Emperor for a month. Who's running the fucking show? The government? The army? Until we know what the fuck is up, we had dragons pop out of nowhere. We had people within our own ranks rise up against us. We have no idea who is what, and until that point, we're trusting the one man who hasn't gotten us fucking killed in the last 30 fucking years. You get that? It's like, my dad wore this uniform. My granddad wore this uniform. My great-granddad died fighting fucking dragons.
Dad was a nom.
My dad flew B-17s in World War II.
My dad flew B-17s against those goddamn chromatic dragons, and you're out here telling me I don't know what patriotism is.
Those goddamn rainbow lizards killed my great-grandpappy.
Oh my god, I did create post 9/11 America. Holy shit. That wasn't even intentional.
They hit the second dragon.
The second dragon has hit Marishane.
No. Oh god,
That's
fuck.
We're going to hell.
I was so.
Yeah, but we knew that already. We're just reinforcing. He's like, the other person was like, listen, has the commander ever steered you wrong? Has the commander ever steered you wrong? No. Faith, John. Faith is what gets us through this, and knowledge that we're not being led by a complete fuck up for once. All right.
But see, it's not a post 9/11 America, because that is not George W. Bush.
Yeah, wait till you meet the Emperor, my fellow Marishanians.
Oh
god. My fellow Mercians. I come to you today.
Oh God.
Ladies and gentlemen.
We will
defeat.
We will push back. We will find their weapons of mass destruction.
Is Hannah's mom Cheney?
Maybe.
Is she
it's just like, we will push back this draconic menace, and we will be victorious in this war. Now watch this drive.
Watch me do this sick kickflip.
Watch me paint this real nice picture.
I'm not a war criminal. What are you talking about?
All right.
But yeah, that
we
Doran,
had the silliest president.
that Doran is the main thing that you pick up from your perception roll. And as both of you kind of come back into the table, sort of like looking at what you had perceived, you see Felix just finishing up. It's like, ass.
It's the comic that I put in the cast chat.
It's literally the comic.
I need to see.
Punch.
Nori now knows what the word ass is.
I'm glad you made it at least not one of the big ones.
Oh, I love the gas space while.
With that, I will say that is all you guys can perceive from your half hour in the tavern. If there's any, you guys can, if you'd like to discuss your findings on the way back, you guys are totally welcome to.
Yeah, I'm gonna just let him know. Be like, I think this was a good idea. I feel real confident now walking in there and talking to this guy. Like,
You're feeling good.
I'm like, thank God. Like hearing those guys, I'm like, I feel good about something. Doran's like, thank God something's like going right. Like,
I think for the first time in 2 months, Doran's like, yes, a W.
Yeah. Win. Victory. Oh, thank God.
Doran's just been this, like, Doran's like arms full of L's, just like drops them. Yes.
Yes.
Doran.
You guys don't know much about my backstory, but I really needed this.
Sarah just like suddenly there's a giant L he rips off his forehead and he just like throws it on the ground. He's like, yes.
Everything's coming up Doran today. You guys make your way back to the army headquarters. Lucas is still there waiting. He welcomes you in. You guys are led up 4 flights of stairs and then put in a fairly nondescript sort of office. It's very nice, don't get me wrong, but it definitely has the feel of, we converted a boardroom into this, because this is not, again, it's very much, you get the feel very much, it's like the commander's not supposed to be here. He's supposed to be like up in the middle district being like a micromanager, and he's here like actually doing stuff. And so they had really no idea, they had nowhere to put him.
Fuck yeah. Guy who leads from the front. I like this guy already.
Alex's like latent Air Force time is like someone's like, yes, not a moron.
Oh God, no. Like, truth though, like the guy, like I had one really amazing supervisor who literally just made it like, it was like a joy to come to work, because the guy like just made you feel like, yeah, no, he had our backs. He was always out there like working on shit with us. He'd like cut through all the bullshit from like everybody else. Like the dude was like the greatest. Like Sergeant Umholtz, I don't know if you ever listen to this. You're the shit. Like
he's listening. He's like, fuck yeah.
He's been listening since episode 1. Been waiting all this time, 5 years.
Waiting for his shout out.
Shout out to that guy. You know what? Fuck it.
Single tier.
Actually,
single tier.
I am sorry. What'd you say? What'd you say their name was?
Sergeant Umholtz.
Umholtz. Okay, it is no longer Lucas Raymond. It is Lucas Umholtz is the front desk person.
He's the best man out of all of us.
No,
the front.
Lucas Umholtz.
No. He doesn't get to be Lucas Umholtz. That guy's, he's too vanilla to be.
But you guys arrive in this converted boardroom. There's several bookshelves with large numbers of books on the walls. There's like something of a meeting table. There's a meeting table as well. And you see on the meeting table, there's a large map laid out of the world of Amoth. And you see various pins stuck in things. The big thing you see is there is there's several Cult of Chromatus pins, so that 5-clawed dragon hand, sort of like reaching forward. There's one on both mines, so both the Royal After Miriam mines and the mines over on in the Kingdom of Yve. There is there are several like Mercian pins spread throughout the Lifeblood Basin. Looks like a defensive sort of bulwark and setup. But the big thing that draws your eyes is you see Cult of Chromatus pin with a question mark sort of scribbled next to it, stuck in Marishane.
So we just waiting for him?
Yep, you guys are just in here. You can, if you'd like to, I will
so
say
I'm guessing those pins are like representing
you
like
have seen
looks like
sort of
troop
map
movements
before.
or
yeah, Doran, you've seen one of these maps before.
Okay.
Honestly, Theodosia, you would have seen one of these maps. You know what these maps are. They're troop movement maps. They're designed to like kind of tell it's like, okay, what does a battlefield roughly look like? This appears to be more of a logistical sort of thing. It's like, okay, where are where are the hot spots, where are the hot zones. Like this is his 1,000-foot view, and you see several maps along the walls that are like, okay, just Odos, just Yve, more detailed sort of pin setups and like actual troop movements on those. As you guys are observing this, you hear a door behind you open as a like little, there appears to be like a little private study available as well, and out walks Iden Solanas, the commander of the Talinin Fortress. He is a drow male, stands about 6'3". He is clad in full armor. It is sort of silver. It's like a silver and green, almost like a dulled brass or copper color almost, with two wolf head crests on either shoulders. His hair is shock white and sort of combed back, and he has a very well trimmed goatee with very striking light, almost white eyes. And he looks as he sits down at his desk, kind of shuffles some papers around. It's like, well, I have agreed to take this meeting. And while I am happy to do so, I am unhappy that there is deception in our midst, especially from somebody who I know so well, Theodosia. And you notice he is wearing a very similar pair of glasses that Lucas was wearing at the front desk. And as he takes them off, it's like, would you mind dropping your disguises for me?
Both of those were full of shit too.
I have no idea what you're talking about, young
Oh, for
man.
fuck's sake, Theo. I dropped the disguise.
Same.
Fuck you.
It's like, and he looks at all of you, it's like, well, now
Can't trust
that
no bitch, but suddenly now we can trust it. Purple.
We're already ratted out. He already
Yeah.
knows it's you.
Fuck you.
it is nice to see you have grown so much, Theo. Thank you. Now that we have properly introduced ourselves, hello. My name is Iden Solanas, commander of the Legions of the South and former head commander of the armies of Mercia. And I believe we can help each other. You, well, I don't know why you're wanted, but I can see that you are. And I need your help winning a civil war. And that is where we will end our session for today.
Thank God we didn't have to explain a bunch of shit. He's already like pervy to it. And, this is so. This went a lot easier than I thought it was going to potentially maybe go.
Thank you all so much for joining us for another episode of Dances with Dice. Please follow us on all social media channels at Dances with Dice. And when you use the hashtag DWDcast and DWDart, we'll use you as named NPCs in the show, or if you have a really huge impact on any of our lives. Fuck it, we don't really care. We're all about spreading the
Or
love
if
here.
we just like you.
Yeah. Thank you all
You're
so
a
much.
neat little dude.
Thank you all so much for joining us, and join us every single Tuesday for new episodes of Dances with Dice.